One Piece Film Red, One Piece Odyssey, episode 1015, the last 4 chapters of the manga, and the live-action TV series. Maybe without that last one. This truly is the best year to be a One Piece fan. Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of each arc in One Piece. This is it, the climax and ending of the Alabasta saga. Wait, what? Why is Miss All Sunday one of the villains chilling with the Straw Hats? It must have been an animation error or something. I mean, we all know that's supposed to be Vivi with the crew. Right, guys? Right, guys? So grab your history books, drink plenty of water, and groan at the thought of playing another desert level as we embark towards Alabasta Kingdom, the War for Rain. Alabasta is 39 episodes and 63 chapters. Excuse me, how many? 39 episodes? This is literally the longest arc we've talked about. Like, Reverse Mountain was only 2 episodes. I hope this is as long as it gets. Business as usual, the Straw Hats are sailing towards Alabasta, and they fill Chopper in on what's been going on by watching all of my videos. They fish for some food, and what do they find? Well, naturally, it's the drag queen Bon Clay. They instantly become besties, and Bon Clay decides to show his devil fruit powers. Bon Clay ate the clone fruit. He can transform into anyone he touches with his right hand, and then go back with his left hand. During the festivities, Bon Clay transforms into someone Vivi knows very well. Once Bon Clay leaves, Vivi tells them that one of the faces he showed was her father Cobra, the king of Alabasta. Bon Clay is actually Mr. 2 of Baroque works. Thanks to Zoro's 100 hours of Among Us, he devises a plan to find the imposter. They'll mark themselves with an X and wrap a band-aid over it. If someone starts acting sus over an electrical, they'll show the mark to prove they were just doing tasks. The Alabasta arc has a ton of big brain plays like this. Just wait till we get to Crocodile. They arrive in the port town of Nanohana, known for its perfumes. Luffy is very hungry, but accidentally goes too far. He finds a house with bags and bags of green beans. Luffy hates green beans, so he throws all the bags into the fire. All of a sudden, the green beans cause rain to fall, but only near the house. A guy comes out and tries to kill Luffy for messing with this stuff. Once they come to an understanding, the guy says that those weren't green beans. They're an illegal substance known as dance powder, which can create artificial rain. This one thing is the main cause of Alabasta's civil war. Dance powder causes clouds to mature rapidly and produce rain. But when this happens, neighboring towns suffer long periods of droughts. Alabasta has gone without rain for over 3 years now. Yet Alubarna, the capital of Alabasta, would usually get rain. Many people believed that the king is keeping dance powder to himself and won't share it. The king denies this and wants to wait for natural rain to occur. Because of this, many citizens have started a rebellion towards the kingdom. While the Straw Hats wait for Luffy, Zoro notices Tashigi and Smoker have arrived looking for them. Meanwhile, over at a restaurant, everyone gathers because supposedly this man died in the middle of eating. Oh, he's dead. Well, I guess we don't need this anymore. In quirky anime fashion, the man is actually alive and just fell asleep. Smoker comes into the restaurant knowing full well who the man is. His name is Portgas D. Ace, a division commander for the Whitebeard Pirates and Luffy's big brother. Speaking of Luffy, he barges into the restaurant and unintentionally uses a technique we won't see for 500 episodes to take down Smoker along with Ace. Once Luffy realizes he fucked up, he runs from the Marines. Eventually, he finds the Straw Hats and they all run together. Smoker catches up and prepares to take them down, but then a wall of flame stops him. This is Ace's devil fruit, the flame fruit. Literally the coolest power we've seen so far. Fucking chop fruit? Really, Oda? The Straw Hats run to the ship while Ace holds them off. Of course, Luffy gets lost but finds Ace. They have a brotherly reunion recounting the good old days. On the way to the ship, Luffy starts to talk about his crew, but then they get ambushed by Baroque Works agents. And hold up, this is feeling a lot like filler. Let me check real fast. Yep, it's filler. Next. Ace and Luffy make it to the Going Merry, but then they are followed by Baroque Works ships. Ace decides to show how he could literally ended this entire arc if he wanted to by destroying all the Baroque Works ships. Afterwards, Ace explains that he's been traveling for revenge. Blackbeard used to be a part of the Whitebeard pirates. One day, he killed one of the crew members and left. Since then, Ace has been on the hunt for Blackbeard. Vivi explains to everyone the plan to head over to the rebel army's base in Yuba to stop them from starting the Civil War. First, they need to head to Ermalu, the Green City. Ermalu was abandoned thanks to all the droughts. Vivi explains though that Baroque Works was the cause of all of this. One day, Baroque Works agents pretending to be traveling merchants drop a huge bag of green beans. Oh, right, that's dance powder. They pretend like it was an accident and that they were trying to deliver this to the king. Because of that, everyone believed that the king was hoarding dance powder for himself and letting the citizens struggle. The Straw Hats keep on walking through the desert while dealing with the dangers of Alabasta.
I'm sorry. I should have mentioned it earlier. So sorry. I should have mentioned this earlier. And there are still so many desert dangers I haven't had a chance to warn him about yet.
Vivi, you've been here for 15, 16 years. How do you just keep forgetting this stuff? Luffy gets into some good old shenanigans and runs from a creature known as a Sandora dragon, along with a camel. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji beat the creature.
Another one? I'm sorry, I guess I must have forgotten to mention it.
Honestly, at this point, I feel like they'd just be better off without Vivi. Thanks to Chopper's years of Duolingo, he tells them that the camel is willing to help them out, but will only let the ladies on his humps. The Straw Hats then continue their journey to Yuba. In the next episode, the Straw Hats come across a band of sea pirates who are looking for filler. Okay. In the next episode, a couple of rogues pretend to be Royal Army soldiers taking advantage of the citizens in a small town. So Vivi wants to also filler Scorpion guy who wants to take down Ace for his sons. And don't even get me started on the episode of Zoro and Chopper just talking for 20 minutes and nothing happens. What is this, Zoe? This shit gets so bad that Ace decides to leave. Before he does, he gives Luffy a present. Wow, Ace, I haven't seen you in what, over 3 years, and you just give me a piece of paper then dip? Man, I really wish I had another brother.
Luffy, when next we meet, we'll both be top pirates.
Who's gonna tell him? Also, fun fact, in the manga, Ace leaves after he destroys the ships back in Nanohana. So these past 7 episodes have been mostly filler with sprinkles of canon material. Thanks, Toei. The Straw Hats arrive in Yuba, but the place is completely deserted and covered in sand. Naturally. Yet one man is alone digging for water. This is Toto. Him and his son Koza, Vivi's childhood friend, were tasked by the king to create a safe haven for people traveling across the country. While Koza left to lead the rebellion, Toto still has complete faith in the king and truly believes it will rain in Alabasta someday. Luffy helps out Toto for a bit. Then once the Straw Hats leave, Toto gives Luffy the small bit of water he found while digging, and tells him that someday soon, there will be plenty more.
Right, then I'll drink it with care.
Meanwhile, the top agents of Baroque Works gather at a place called Spider's Cafe. The tall, slow-talking Mr. 4 and the short but hyper Miss Mary. What the fuck? If she's supposed to represent Christmas, then Mr. Scrooge was right. Mr. 2 also arrives with Mr. 1 not too far off. The owner of the restaurant is Mr. 1's assistant, Miss Doublefinger, who I guess just doesn't have organs. They are told that they'll be meeting the boss for the first time, so they head to Rain Base. Unbeknownst to them, a certain wax-headed man is lurking behind. They arrive in a secret location at Rain Base, greeted by Miss All Sunday, who presents to them the boss of this whole ordeal. Mr. Zero is Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, owner of the casino in Rain Base, and leader of Baroque Works. This would have been a much crazier reveal if Vivi didn't say who it was back in Whiskey Peak. Crocodile has been pretending to be Alabasta's hero for years, gaining the citizens' trust. He was responsible for setting up the dance pattern that started the rebellion, as well as causing sandstorms in Aramalu and Yuba. Crocodile tells his agents that their final mission is Operation Utopia, the plan to conquer Alabasta Kingdom for themselves. The party pooper, Mr. 3, shows up to have a slice of the cake. Crocodile, however, is extremely pissed for his fuck up at Little Garden and has him eaten by a banana gator. Back with the Straw Hats, Luffy decides he does not want to do this shit for another 900 episodes. In actuality, Luffy is annoyed by Vivi's idealistic view of not wanting anyone to get hurt in a war. You dummy! Whoa, Luffy, calm down! You can just casually destroy buildings and you just decked a normal 16-year-old girl. God, I love One Piece. Vivi is confused on what she should risk besides her own life. Luffy tells her to put the Straw Hats' lives on the line too, since they are friends. The Straw Hats reach Rain Base with the goal of taking down Crocodile. Their luck, however, turns into a wet fart as Smoker and Tashigi find them. Smoker chases Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Usopp into the casino. Crocodile pulls a Scooby-Doo with his booby-trapped floor, placing all of them in a steel cage. This isn't any ordinary steel cage, however, as it's made with sea prism stone, a special item which has the properties of the ocean, meaning all Devil Fruit users can't fight. Crocodile once again does the evil spinning chair reveal towards the Straw Hats. Outside, Vivi is dealing with Baroque Works agents when a falcon carrying 2 machine guns comes to save her. Only in One Piece would I ever say that. This is Pell, one of Alabasta's guardians. He ate the bird fruit model falcon. The fun ends there, however, as Miss All Sunday arrives to take Vivi to Crocodile. She ate the flower devil fruit. She has the ability to make any parts of her body sprout like flowers on people or objects. Miss All Sunday takes down Pell and brings Vivi to Crocodile. Now in Vivi's head, this is how Alabasta would end. But it's Vivi, so her plan completely fails. Now that everyone has been gathered, Crocodile explains Operation Utopia. Back at the capital, one of the guards tells Chaka that the king is at Nanohana, telling citizens that he's responsible for this kingdom's drought, but says that he must destroy this town to get rid of the evidence. Koza arrives to stop the king, but one of the royal guards shoots him. While everyone is still trying to process what's going on, Mr. 1 and Miss Doublefinger arrive on a giant ship, destroying the town. The king runs off, and it turns out it was actually Mr. 2 in disguise. Meanwhile, we learn that Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas were tasked with capturing the king. The rebels and citizens realized that the crashed ship was carrying loads of weapons. They grab them and prepare for battle. The Civil War has begun. Oh man, there's a lot going on right now, guys. I need a second. Let's just cut to a commercial break real fast. As Crocodile and Miss All Sunday head to Alubarna, floor slowly floods with water, along with a bunch of banana gators. It's all up to Vivi. They're screwed. Miss All Sunday gets a call from the Crap Cafe. Enter Mr. Prince. Who could it be? Dear Sanji fans, since Reverse Mountain, y'all have been starving for some Black Leg content. Well, Your time has arrived. Crocodile goes outside to find Mr. Prince, but doesn't realize that it's actually Chopper he's chasing. As the water continues to rise along with Vivi's incompetence, Mr. Prince, aka Sanji, takes care of a banana gator, who releases a strange ball. Inside that egg, Mr. 3 is born. Fuck! Before Mr. 3 can pull any shenanigans, Sanji literally kicks his ass and has him make a key so the Straw Hats can escape. Then they leave the casino. Smoker decides to let the Straw Hats go since they saved his life, but next time he won't let them and their dumb dog get away with it. The Straw Hats meet up with Chopper riding on one of Eyelash's friends known as a moving crab. Before they can get far, Crocodile yoinks Vivi away from them, but Luffy takes her place so he can fight Crocodile. Meanwhile, the Straw Hats continue onward.
Round 1. Fight!
Just like with Smoker, nothing Luffy does harms Crocodile, as all his attacks just go through him. Crocodile tells Luffy he's gonna send another Darude sandstorm over to Yuba. Luffy tells him to stop, but then Crocodile kills Luffy. What? That's impossible! If Luffy's dead, what are they gonna do? Who's gonna stop the rebellion? What about Baroque Works and Crocodile? Oh. Never mind. Later that night, Miss All Sunday saves a barely conscious Luffy. Pell shows up wanting to take her down, but she tells him to take care of the boy instead. The Straw Hats make it to the outskirts of Alabasta. They've got a long way to go, but luckily the Supersonic Duck Squad is here to show them the way. As they speed towards Alabasta, the rebels and royal army prepare for battle at dawn. The agents are at Alabasta, fully aware that Vivi is heading towards the kingdom. When they meet, they all disperse across the kingdom. The Straw Hats reveal themselves, and the agents realize that Vivi wasn't with the group at all. She's outside waiting for the rebel army to arrive so she can talk to Koza. The rebels run by, and Vivi tries to yell for Koza, but he can't hear her and passes by. Vivi remembers what happens in The Lion King and almost gets stomped to death if it wasn't for Karu taking the fall. Usopp comes back to save Vivi, but starts to act a bit sus. Vivi asks him to show his bandage and reveal the X mark. Unable to do so, Vivi realizes that Usopp is actually Mr. 2. Karu gets up and they manage to run from Mr. 2, but not for long as Karu is too injured. It's okay though, cause our sharply dressed simp comes to the rescue. So now it's Sanji versus Mr. 2. Fun fact, both of them are chefs. Sanji and Mr. 2 are both evenly matched. However, Mr. 2 realizes Sanji's obsession for literally any female with a pulse and transforms into Nami. Sanji gets whooped but realizes Mr. 2 can't fight when he's transformed. They both play a round of Dance Dance Revolution. Mr. 2 is shocked at his low score and gets slammed into a building. Sanji wins. Back at the entrance of Alabasta, our next match is Usopp and Chopper versus Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas. Mr. 4 is a pro baseball player with a 4-ton bat. Somehow, his pitching machine ate a devil fruit known as the Dog Fruit Model Dachshund. What the fuck is this show? Speaking of devil fruits, Miss Merry Christmas ate the Mole fruit, allowing her to dig all around the sand. These two agents are a bit too much for Usopp and Chopper to handle. But Usopp remembers that he's the greatest character in all of anime. He uses one of Miss Merry Christmas's holes to sneak up on Mr. 4 and slam him with a 5-ton hammer. Sadly, it's revealed that it's actually just 2 pans and some rubber.
You think I can really lift 5 tons? I stopped trying after just 10 pounds!
I have never related more to a fictional character before in my entire life. Miss Merry Christmas grabs Usopp and tells him that Luffy is dead. Before Usopp can say anything, she leads him to Mr. 4, who slams Usopp directly in the face with a 4-ton bat. No matter what, a real man must stay and fight when someone laughs at their friend's dreams. Usopp has complete faith in Luffy, and he won't let anybody laugh at his dream. With the use of Chopper's last form, the Horn Point, they work together to take down Miss Merry Christmas and Mr. 4. Usopp and Chopper have won. Back over in Alabasta, Nami is running from Miss Doublefinger, who ate the spike fruit. She can make any part of her body a sharp spike. Nami unveils her new weapon that Usopp made for her, the Climatact Mark I, which is very good for parties. Nami finally learns how to use the Climatact. It's a weapon that can control the weather. Usopp, how the hell did you make this, but still use a regular ass slingshot?
Here's some advice, sweetie.
Despite the struggle, Miss Doublefinger gets trapped in the Hurricane Tempo attack and goes through many different buildings. Nami wins and is finally useful. Alright, let's check in on Zoro. Ah, shit. Our last battle is Zoro versus Mr. One. And surprise, surprise, Mr. One also ate a devil fruit. This one is the dice fruit. Not only does it make Mr. One's body as hard as steel, but he can turn any part of his body into sharp blades. The only way Zoro can win this is if he can learn how to cut steel. No matter what he does, nothing can harm Mr. One. Zoro gets beaten near death many times while Mr. One is just getting some exercise. Zoro then remembers what his teacher taught him many years ago. Swordsmen who can cut nothing are also able to cut everything. Zoro decides to put everything into this final attack. Mr. One charges at Zoro and then everything goes quiet. Zoro sheathes his sword and Mr. One bleeds out. Zoro can now cut steel, putting him one step closer to becoming the world's greatest swordsman. Okay, as cool as this fight is, it's kinda dumb that Zoro hits Mr. One once and that was it. Whereas Zoro basically lost like 5 Gatorade bottles worth of blood. Vivi arrives at the palace and asks Choppa to destroy the castle in hopes of stopping the rebellion. Before they light him up, a crazy sandstorm stops the flames. Crocodile has arrived at the kingdom, carrying King Cobra. Crocodile hangs up King Cobra and asks Cobra about the location of Pluton, an ancient weapon that's said to be in Alabasta. It has the power to destroy an island with a single shot. This is Crocodile's true objective. Crocodile also mentions that he's hidden a bomb at the capital of Alabasta that's scheduled to blow up at 4:30. Too bad they couldn't do it 10 minutes sooner, am I right? Then, 4 strong warriors known as the Kicking Claw Force arrive to take down Crocodile. Okay, this has to be filler, right? The Kicking Claw Force. Oh, apparently it's canon. Alright. Well, they immediately get taken out, and then Chaka fights as well. Chaka ate the dog fruit model jackal. Doesn't do shit as he gets his ass kicked too. Crocodile grabs Vivi and then drops her Long Live the King style. As she falls, a human-sized falcon swings by, and on top is our rubber lad Monkey D. Luffy. Ready for round 2.
Round 2. Fight.
This time, however, Luffy is aware of Crocodile's weakness. Just like with sand, if you spray it with water, it starts to harden, meaning that Luffy can punch the croc. But Crocodile is still the superior fighter. He grabs Luffy and sucks up the moisture in his body. Luffy has lost once again. Meanwhile, Vivi meets up with the Straw Hats and she tells everyone about the bomb that's scheduled to blow up soon, so they all go looking for it. Elsewhere, Miss All Sunday takes Cobra to see the poneglyph about Pluton. They arrive underground and find the poneglyph, one of many giant stone tablets that's said to contain the lost history of the world. Miss All Sunday is one of the few people able to read the language, thanks to Duolingo. She says that it contains nothing about the ancient weapon and just history about Alabasta's previous kings. Crocodile arrives and she tells him the news, which he's not too happy about. Crocodile stabs Miss All Sunday, saying how he was planning to kill her regardless of whether Pluton existed or not, as he never trusted her. Back at the castle ruins, a giant drop of water from Luffy's barrel lands on him. He survives and rushes to the temple to face Crocodile one more time. Over at the war, the Straw Hats are still trying to find the bomb. Man, this thing is really hard to find. Good thing we can at least see how much time we have left. Wait a minute. Vivi figures out that the bomb is inside the clock tower, controlled by Mr. 7 and Miss Father's Day, who reveal themselves with only 30 seconds left to fire the explosive. The Straw Hats climb up as fast as they can, and Vivi manages to take them out. She destroys the rope, but starts to hear a strange ticking noise. Crocodile put a timer on the bomb in case Mr. 7 and Miss Father's Day are unable to set it off themselves. Oh my god! Crocodile is one of the smartest villains in One Piece. Dude's just got a backup plan for his backup plan. Vivi feels that all hope is lost for this country, but then Pell arrives. He thinks back to all the fun memories he's had serving his country and thanks Vivi for everything. He grabs the bomb and flies sky high, declaring his role as the guardian of Alabasta. The bomb goes off. Pell is dead. Action? Oh man, that was intense. I'm gonna miss Pell. It sure would ruin this entire moment if we learned he was actually alive. Right, Oda? Despite the strong explosion, everyone gets up and lets out a mighty roar. The battle continues. All Vivi can do is stand high up in the clock tower, barely holding back her tears, and beg everyone to stop fighting. Nobody can hear her. Back at the crumbling temple, the final battle between Luffy and Crocodile begins.
This is the last round!
Even though Luffy doesn't have any water, he's able to use the blood on his body to punch Crocodile. Crocodile goes for the kill, but Luffy manages to dodge. Sending Crocodile high up into the ceiling, they both let off their final attacks. Luffy's attack reaches first and sends Crocodile flying high up into the sky. Luffy, the rubber nobody back in the small East Blue, has beaten one of the 7 warlords of the sea and saved an entire kingdom. Things only continue to improve as when Crocodile starts to fall to the ground for the first time in 3 years, it rains in Alabasta. Everyone stops what they're doing, baffled by the situation, with Crocodile laying in the middle of the battlefield, and finally, Vivi's voice is heard. Vivi tries to explain the situation, but nobody believes her. Then Igaram arrives to back her up, along with a boy who saw Mr. 2 transform into the king. Wait, hold up. Igaram is alive? One of my least favorite things about One Piece are the fake out deaths. Good thing this is the only time this happens. The Straw Hats find Cobra carrying an unconscious Luffy. He sets them down and they all sleep soundly in the rain. 3 days later, in the palace, Luffy finally wakes up. Once he does, everyone in the kingdom has a grand feast and celebrates like there's no tomorrow. Later that night, Igaram and Chaka stare at 2 new wanted posters. Zoro is now wanted for 60 million berries, while Luffy has risen to 100 million berries. Earlier that night, the Straw Hats gave Vivi an ultimatum. If she wants to join the crew, they must meet up in 12 hours. Vivi is torn. She enjoyed the adventures she's had and would like to go on more, yet she understands that she's needed in Alabasta to restore the country. The Straw Hats arrive at the Going Merry, but find our favorite ballerina, Bon Clay, at the ship. Bon Clay says he doesn't consider them enemies anymore since Baroque Works is finished. Bon Clay wants to help the Straw Hats escape since the Marines, led by Captain Hina, are looking for them. Vivi arrives at the ceremony and begins talking across the country about her journey at sea. After a while, everyone notices that the princess is actually Igaram in disguise, but somehow she can still be hurt. As the Straw Hats fight off Marine ships, Bon Clay decides to sacrifice himself so the Straw Hats can escape. Even if I stray from my code as a man or a woman, I can never betray my basic humanity. Bon Clay is one of the most loyal side characters in all of One Piece. The Swan will be missed. Later, Luffy notices Vivi and Karu at the promised meeting place to pick her up. Unfortunately, Vivi says she can't go with them. Her duty to her kingdom is just a bit more important, but she'll always treasure the loyal friends and adventures she's had up until now. And so the Straw Hats give the proper send-off. They undo the bandages on their arms and raise them high in the sky for Vivi to see as proof of their bonds.
This thing on all our arms is a sign of our friendship.
The Straw Hats finally leave Alabasta, but everyone is sad that Vivi is gone. But then, a strange voice is heard on the ship. Miss All Sunday appears on the Going Merry with one request: to join the Straw Hat Pirates. Luffy agrees cause fuck it, why not? Miss All Sunday's real name is Nico Robin, a 28-year-old archaeologist. When she was only 8 years old, she was wanted by the world government for 79 million berries and has been on the run for 2 decades working for different criminal organizations. At first, everyone is a bit skeptical about Robin joining, but they all come to terms with it.
God, I love her.
And so, Robin joins the crew and the Straw Hats set sail towards their next adventure. To be continued. And that was the end of the Alabasta saga. What a journey it's been, and it's only gonna get crazier from here. A lot of people say that Arlong Park is when people start to like One Piece. If that's true, then Alabasta is when people love One Piece. I'm so glad I watched this arc again. Next up is the Sky Island saga. Before we talk about it though, I have a little something special to wrap up this arc. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole YouTube shebang, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!